How I would learn to code if I started over. Welcome to Startup Hack. I'm Spencer Thomason, and here at Startup Hack, we love training software developers and building custom software solutions. I do a lot of work as a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and a solid 25 years in software development, I've mastered the art of transforming technology teams and products. So today I want to dive into how I would approach learning to code if I had to start all over again from scratch. With everything I've learned, this is the path that I'd take to becoming a rock star developer in today's landscape. So if I had to start over, the very first thing I would do is focus on developing problem-solving skills. Coding is more than just writing lines of code. It's about solving real-world problems. Whether you're building an app or debugging a tricky issue, problem-solving is at the heart of every task. I wouldn't rush into learning syntax or frameworks. Instead, I'd train myself to break down problems, think logically, and develop strategies for tackling complex tasks. Once you've got that down, the coding part becomes much easier. So next, I'd pick one programming language and really stick with it until I'm comfortable. Jumping between languages too soon is a recipe for confusion. For me today, I'd probably start with C#. It's a great framework, it's user-friendly, it's super versatile, and you can use it everywhere, across platform and everything. So if you really want to learn and master one language, I would go with .NET. Plus, once you understand one language well, learning another becomes more about grasping different syntax than learning entirely new concepts. Trust me, focus is key here. Next, if I had to start from scratch, I'd make sure I learned version control early, especially Git. When I first started, managing code changes was much more chaotic, but today, version control is a must-have skill. Git helps you track changes, collaborate with others, and avoided the dreaded "it worked yesterday" scenario. Once you got the hang of it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. And hey, it's one of those skills that makes you look like a pro early on. Also, make sure you go back and check out our previous coding videos, because we have hundreds of free coding samples, totally free, to help you learn to code. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Now, here's something else I wish I had done more of when I first started, is building projects early and often. Tutorials are great, but if you follow tutorials, you'll hit a ceiling fast. Projects give you the freedom to make mistakes, solve problems, and learn by doing it. Start small, maybe a to-do app or a simple website. As you gain confidence, increase the complexity of your projects. Real coding experience comes from hitting roadblocks and figuring out how to overcome them, not from watching someone else's code. So another huge skill I would definitely dive into is learn to Google effectively. Now, I'm not kidding. This is a superpower in coding. You're not going to know everything, and that's okay. The important thing is knowing how to search for solutions, read documentation, and leverage community resources like Stack Overflow. The ability to quickly find and understand solutions is a skill that every great developer needs. Remember, it's not about memorizing everything, it's about knowing where to look and learning the concepts. So one thing I wish I'd known sooner is that debugging is not a sign of failure. It's part of the job. When you're starting out, it's easy to get discouraged when your code doesn't work. But let me tell you, debugging is where the magic happens. It's where you truly learn how your code works or doesn't work. Every error is an opportunity to understand the inner workings of your programs better. So embrace the bugs, they're your greatest teachers. Now, I'd also focus on learning simple data structures early on. Things like arrays, lists, stacks, queues, dictionaries, etc. Understanding these fundamentals will make learning more complex concepts later much easier. Data structures are the building blocks of programming. Once you understand how to use them efficiently, you'll be able to solve more complex problems with less effort. Don't skip over this. It's foundational to becoming a strong developer. Now, if I had to start over again, I'd get comfortable with the command line right away from the start. GUIs are great, but command line gives you so much more control and flexibility. Plus, it gives you an idea of what's going on under the covers, because every GUI is just a command line underneath. It's faster for many tasks once you know the commands. From navigating directories to running scripts to committing code, mastering the command line is one of those skills that will make you more efficient and a confident developer. The sooner you learn it, the more productive you'll be. Also, make sure you go back and check out our previous videos, because we have hundreds of free coding samples, and that's going to make you look like a pro. So like and subscribe to the channel and check out these videos. Now, after mastering the basics, you're going to want to really dig in and dive into this framework. Frameworks are fantastic for speeding up development and simplifying tasks, but they can be overwhelming if you don't have a solid foundation. So I would focus on frameworks that are widely used in the industry and that align with my long-term goals. But remember, don't run before you can walk. The basics should come first. Now, this might surprise you, but coding isn't just about code. Communication, teamwork, and problem solving are just as important. If I were to start over over, I'd prioritize learning how to work efficiently with a team, how to communicate technical concepts to non-technical stakeholders, and how to think critically about the problems I'm solving. Developers with solid soft skills stand out, and trust me, companies value that a lot. So don't just focus on the keyboard, develop your people skills too. Now finally, if I had to start over, the one lesson I would carry with me is to never stop learning. Technology is always changing, and what's cutting edge today might be obsolete tomorrow. So stay curious, be willing to learn new languages, new frameworks and tools, and never assume you've made it. The best developers are the ones who keep pushing themselves, keep growing, and never stop learning. Remember, coding is a journey, not a destination. So learning to code today isn't just about picking up languages, it's about mastering problem solving, focusing on fundamentals, and continuously growing. If I were starting over, I'd focus on building real-world projects, learning to debug like a pro, and prioritizing both hard and soft skills. Stay curious, stay focused, and never forget that learning to code is as much about the journey as it is the destination. What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I love to hear your comments, so leave a comment down below and make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers in our licensed coding bootcamp and to build custom software solutions for companies. So if your company needs help with connecting systems, reach out because we'd love to help. So check out startuphack.com/Spencer today.